Hey guys, this is Prashant from retailtrader.ai. It's Sunday, January the 4th. Sitting here in my car, it's raining out here. Just wanted to address a few things. First, regarding some of the questions that I frequently get, both from our viewers as well as our users. The first question is, why don't we do real-time prediction? Right? In my view, doing real-time prediction is frankly a fool's exercise, right? It's a fool's game, and it might be great for institutions, but not for retail traders like us. See, institutions have a huge advantage. When they place trades, they have very little slippage, whereas when retail traders like us place trades, we're paying in terms of dollars, and institutions are paying in terms of cents for every trade. So they can afford to do high frequency trading, go in and out. We're not trading every hour or every minute. That's just a recipe for failure. Right? So what we're doing here is taking selective trades and high probability trades and being successful at them. So that's what we're trying to do here. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is a feature that's coming up called Curated Trades. Over the last couple of weeks and probably a month and a half actually, we've been working very hard to come up with a ranking engine which takes all of the signals that we generate and then rank them by probability, right? And it takes into consideration all of the factors, and the objective is to only rank the ones that are likely to generate a positive outcome, right? So looking at taking into consideration the setup, the quality of the signal, all of that, and it generates exactly 4 to 5 trades for you every day, right? So you don't have to sift through all of those hundreds of signals and figure out by yourself what you want to do, right? So we've developed a simulator for that, which looks at all sorts of metrics. So it's going to be updated on a continuous basis if need be. It should be relatively stable for at least, I don't know, until the market changes its patterns. So we'll see how it goes. But the intent is to provide our members with just the trades that they can just hit fire and forget and go about their day. All right, so that's the intent of that. So that's going to be in our pro plan, which is coming up sometime around the end of January. And with that, we will be changing our price on the basic plan. We're going to be out of beta, and we will have the pro plan. And anyone who's subscribed to us as part of the beta plan before we launch curated signals will automatically be upgraded to pro plan, thanks to all of them that have been early members. This is your opportunity. Take advantage of it. So go ahead and subscribe if you're still on the sidelines. Aside from that, I want to talk about stocks in general, which generally excites everyone, making money. So a couple of weeks ago, I talked about restoration hardware and how I mentioned it's a gold mine. So last week, I think on Friday, if I recall, restoration hardware hit 197, which was the price that was predicted by our model. And I think when we first entered it, we were looking at a price of 152 or somewhere around that. So that's a huge gain, and I think it's got a lot more to go, but it might have some near-term resistance out here. Another one that I'm currently long, which I'm actually have a significant position, is Occidental Petroleum, and that to me is looking like another restoration hardware scenario, which I think is going to do really well over time. And the news came out, I think, on Saturday regarding Venezuela, and all the oil stocks are up. The market always is ahead of the news, right? So if you look at what happened on Friday before the Venezuela event, all the oil stocks were flying. right? Huge gains in just the energy sector in general. So clearly, there's somebody out there who knows this, and they're ahead of the game, right? So that's what markets do. They tend to be ahead. So if you're trying to read the news and keep up with articles and watch CNBC and try to figure out what to do, you're behind and you're most likely to fail in whatever you're trying to execute, right? So that's how markets just behave. So with that, we'll see how it goes tomorrow with the oil stocks. Just waiting for the open. So until then, I'll see you next time.